In today's football video, we have players who've never played at a FIFA World Cup. Now, you're going to be shocked by these, alright? We have huge players, some of the best players in the world. Best players the world's ever seen hasn't played at FIFA World Cups. A lot of you are going to find this shocking, alright? You're not even going to know this sort of stuff. And that is the beauty of why I bring you guys these football videos. If you do enjoy the football videos on my channel, make sure to drop a like and a thumbs up down below. If we could try and smash 3,000 likes before midnight tonight, I may bring you another one tomorrow, maybe. But I got a giveaway for you guys. Bang! If you guys are looking to get the new Call of Duty Infinite Warfare or COD 4 Remastered, then there is a link at the top of the description. My sponsors, GetGripped, are giving away a free copy to one of you. Link at the top of the description. All you have to do is follow them on Twitter and retweet it. It's very, very simple. Costs nothing to enter. I've entered it myself. I could do with a free copy, so you're up against me. But you know what? We have equal chances. Forgetting that though, we are in today's video now. We're going to take a look at some awesome players, some legend cards, some current playing, absolutely beast players that just never played at a FIFA World Cup. And we're going to find out why. And don't forget, in November, we're going to be probably doing daily videos, so subscribe to me just below the video if you want to be kept up to date with some FIFA stuff or some football stuff like this video. Alright, so the first player we're going to take a look at in this episode, it goes by the name of George Weah. Now this guy is was an absolute fantastic striker. During his career, Weah was named the FIFA World Player of the Year, alright, European Footballer of the Year, African Footballer of the Year, and won league titles with PSG and AC Milan. Pretty impressive. And as you guys can see, he has a legend card on FIFA. He's had a previous legend cards on FIFA, so he's a pretty well-known player, especially to all you FIFA and Ultimate Team fans. If you look at his club career, absolutely fantastic, achieved a lot, but however, it wasn't a similar story for his international career, alright? Now let me just talk to you about this. Weah played, coached, and maybe even financed Liberia, but they never reached the FIFA World Cup. So he played for Liberia, who actually never qualified, or, he never qualified whilst he was there for a World Cup. He's played for him, he's coached him, and he even helped with finance him at one point, but he just never got to play at a World Cup with Liberia. Now, there are a few melon heads out there in the world who actually thought Weah was American, looking at the flag from previous FIFAs. There's a few melons that thought that, but no, he's Liberian, and it's just a shame he didn't get to see the World Cup, alright? He didn't get to see what the World Cup has to offer, but nevertheless, we got to see what this guy had to offer in Europe, and yes, what a striker, what a player he was back in the day, and what a player he is on FIFA as well. Not to forget that on FIFA, his card is absolutely insane. Next up, we have a Welshman, alright? Now, if you guys are unaware of Wales, they haven't really qualified for too much over the previous years or whatever. They did really well in the Euros that just happened, but World Cup's not really gone too well. Now, Ryan Giggs, alright, arguably one of the best players Wales have ever seen. One of them, not controversial, but one of them. 11 league titles, 2 Champions League crowns, and 4 FA Cup medals make Giggs the most decorated player in the history of the English game. But as a Welshman, that just didn't mean he got into the World Cup. That didn't really make a lot of sense. But basically, yes, he didn't qualify. Wales didn't qualify for the World Cup whilst he was playing, so he missed out there. Now, Wales are looking really good now, so the future's quite bright for Wales. Hopefully, it's not the same for Gareth Bale. Wales are looking really, really good. Like I said, they did really well in the Euros. Hopefully, World Cup qualifiers, they smashed that and they can qualify. Because it'd be a shame to have a player like, Bale. I mean, what a player Bale is. One of the best players in the world. It'd be a shame to see him not in the World Cup next. But yes, if you want to go back a few years, Ryan Giggs never did make it to a FIFA World Cup with Wales. Now, that is pretty sad considering how well he did, for his club. The same as George Weah. But these things just happen, and that's just the way the cookie crumbles. But it's time to move on to maybe the best player the world has ever seen. Now, this is obviously controversial. Certain players say other players are the best, but I know a lot of people think this guy was the best player the world's ever seen. And next up, we have George Best, who has one of the best legend cards in FIFA, as you can see. So, George Best, obviously the Manchester United guy. We have another Man United player. We had Giggsy previously. Now we got George Best. Was named European Footballer of the Year, lifted the European Cup in 1968, but he was unable to lead Northern Ireland to the finals despite being capped 37 times and scoring 9 goals between 1964 and 1977. So 9 years for Northern Ireland, and in that point and in that time, they didn't qualify for a World Cup, and we never got to see George Best at a FIFA World Cup. Now, I guess that's the difference in the comparison between him and Pele. Pele did actually do it at World Cups and stuff. I'm sure they had a good team back then, but George Best just didn't have the squad around him, whatever, to get into the World Cup finals, unfortunately. It is disappointing considering he was one of the best players the world's ever seen, and we never got to see him on that big world stage like we saw Pele or whatever. But it's not the end of the world, because it's not like Messi or Ronaldo, currently one of the best players in the world, won a World Cup or whatever. Yes, they've both been at World Cups. Messi's been to a final of a World Cup, of the finals obviously, but they haven't won it it yet. So we're waiting to see what's going to happen. So we are 3 players that, whoa, lighting. So we are 3 players down and we're coming down to a 4th now, which I spoke about briefly previously. So I'm not going to talk about this guy too much, but Gareth Bale, like I just said, similar situation to Ryan Giggs, right? Both Welsh, both one of the best players Wales have ever seen. Both left-footed, ironically. Now, Bale's actually played 64 games for Wales, scored 25 goals, so that's a very, very impressive record. I think he usually plays up front for him, but a 27-year-old is yet to play in a World Cup, but that doesn't mean he never will. He could play in the next one. They did really well, Wales, in the Euros, obviously with his help, and you know, the whole Wales team, they're doing really, really well. They just seem a solid unit. But Wales, okay, at 16 and 315 days, Bale become the youngest player ever to play for Wales, alright? So he's broke a record for Wales already. The youngest player ever to play for him. One of the best players to ever play for him as well. Gotta be honest, the Euro 2016 campaign for Wales is absolutely amazing, and it looks like, alright, that they could have a good chance, alright? They're going places. That's what I'm trying to say. Bale's recently signed his contract extension with Real Madrid to 2022. He scored an absolute amazing goal last night. If you guys haven't seen that volley, make sure you go check it out on like Twitter or Facebook or something like that, because it's absolutely an insane volley. We deserve to see this guy at the World Cup finals. We have a chance to, unlike the previous players we've seen in this video. So Bale, make it happen. Wales, make it happen. Next up, we have a player who's currently still playing, a fantastic player, one of the best strikers probably in the game at the minute, Lewandowski. Now him and his situation very different, right? We see him a lot in the Euros, but we haven't seen him in the World Cup. So for this guy, I mean, it's the same as Bale's situation. Just haven't really happened. Just hasn't really worked out. Now I would love to see Lewandowski at the next World Cup, because I do think he's one of the best strikers in the game currently. I think he has a lot to offer. His finishing's fantastic. His strength is good. I mean, he was playing well the other night. I've seen him. He was absolutely insane. But it's just another situation where it just hasn't happened. But the beauty of Lewandowski, the beauty of Bale, 27 years of age for Bale, 28 years of age of Lewandowski, they still have a good chance of playing. The first 3 players we looked at in this episode have no chance, alright? Absolutely no chance. But the final 2 have a pretty good chance. Anyway, guys, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to drop a like and a thumbs up down below. Subscribe for more FIFA videos and more football videos. Has been a pleasure as always. Hopefully you do enjoy this. Don't forget this giveaway in the description down below. Leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe or whatever. Peace.